Now, do you want to live longer and better?
Yes.
Right? Have a strength training plan and a good mix of cardio exercises.
That's right. We went to the gym to talk with Dr. Jed Ballard, who taught us the importance of having a balanced training program. Check this out.
It's another little gym gathering here of the minds. Morning Mix. It's Cliff Burnett and Dr. Jed Ballard here joining us. We've been talking about fitness. We've been showing you some moves throughout the number of weeks here. Let's talk about the fact that you might have been getting into the scheme of things. Where do you go from there? So let's talk about longevity. Jed, we've got the, people that do weights or resistance training. We have people that do cardio. Is there a better one?
Yeah, so when it comes to training for longevity, Cliff, the answer is absolutely both. Both resistance training and cardio has great health benefits, but they're kind of different. So you really want a balanced training program for a number of reasons. Number one, you're going to decrease overuse injuries by doing the same thing. It sets yourself up prone to injury. Two, resistance training and cardio actually have different benefits. So what resistance training is going to do for you, number one, it increases your basal metabolic rate, i.e. you get to eat more without getting fat, huge win. Number two, it actually decreases your insulin resistance. So it makes you less prone to developing diabetes, which is a huge killer in America. And then number three, a lot of times it just makes you kind of feel better about yourself. You're a little bit stronger, you're kind of going from there. And in doing that, you're also really preventing your risks of diseases of frailty, essentially. Right. So osteoporosis, as you get older, in your 70s and 80s, you take a fall, if you've trained up and you're stronger, you're gonna have a drastically higher chance of recovering from that. Super important, and they've actually done studies with this too. If you just Google Scholar, grip strength related to longevity, you're gonna see a whole bunch of stuff on that. But basically, they did a study in 2015, 140,000 people, so huge study, and they found that grip strength was a better marker for overall cause of death than blood pressure. Wow. Blood pressure is a very understood metric of health, and grip strength in and of itself is not that important, but it tends to be basically a metric of your total body strength unless you're specialized like a rock climber. So super, super important to maintain that muscle strength as you get older, so you actually live longer.
Okay, see, that's a lot of pros. We're not looking at any cons for this, are we?
There really aren't unless you do it wrong and hurt yourself. That would be the con. But then getting into the cardio side, right. A lot of people are just lift, but the cardio side is also super important too. Very, very huge mental health benefits. Suicide is actually among the top-ish killers in the US, so huge mental health benefits. Also decreases your vascular stress. And what I mean by that is it lowers both your blood pressure and your resting heart rate. So the stress on your vessels with each beat of your heart is lower. Super important because the number one cause of death is heart attack, vascular problem. Right. Number 5 cause of death is stroke, vascular problem. So you're significantly decreasing your cause of early death by doing that cardio as well.
Sounds like, yes, definitely add both.
Both super important.
Now, can you do both too much?
You can absolutely do too much. And first off, especially if you're just starting, go slow. The other thing, even if you've been at it a while, and people tend to do this, I've done it myself, things you're looking for the overtraining, if you're starting to get little nagging injuries that are coming up more frequently, if you just have kind of a lower overall energy, a good exercise program should increase your overall energy levels throughout the rest of the day. So if you're feeling lower energy, if you're really not excited about your workout at all, you're kind of dreading it, and that's after you break through the initial getting used to working out, then you need to kind of really think and back it off. It's actually better for you to train but undertrain than train but overtrain.
All right, see, not only we're training the body, we're training the mind. That's what
mind, body, soul. Mind, body, soul.
Well, we are talking about exercise, but diet is as important, right? If you're talking about longevity too.
Correct, yeah, Nat. They all kind of play in together. Though the mistake I do see some people make is they skip their workouts, so they're like, oh, I'll just eat whatever I want, whatever. Not the case. Honestly, I work out so much, I get a lot of dietary grace. I eat healthy, but I don't eat real clean because I like exercise. So your body can actually process, bad food drastically better if you're working out. That's what I talked about with insulin sensitivity. Right. Like I can handle a Snickers bar fine because I'm doing resistance training very regular. But do both, you're right.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Don't let your cheat day become a cheat week.
Correct, correct. And if it does, stop and reset.
Exactly. Great points to keep on. Dr. Jed Ballard, thanks so much.
Hey, no problem, Jonathan. Great talking.
I still think it's okay to have a cheat weekend every once in a while. Like if you're working out as much as Dr. Jed is, then yeah, what did he say? You have that grace
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And one of the great things that he talked, people think one of the biggest mistakes, people think working out is just for weight loss, and it's not.
Oh, gosh,
You
no.
see that he talked about the diabetes and blood pressure, and you want to be able to hold your grandkids.
Mental wellness as well.
Yes.
Exactly.